Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome to the start of a brand new campaign series here today on the channel. We're back on Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD campaign. We're going to be playing as the Holy Roman Empire here today. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions, and feel free to leave a dislike if you want. On earth, God has placed no more than two powers. And as there is in heaven but one God, so is there only one Pope and one Emperor. This Holy Roman Emperor was Otto IV, the only German king of the Welf dynasty. Otto was the third son of Henry the Lion, Duke of Bavaria and Saxony, by his wife Matilda of England, the eldest daughter of King Henry II of England and Eleanor of Aquitaine. Otto's early life was spent in England in the care of his grandfather, King Henry II. He became the foster son of his maternal uncle, King Richard I of England, accompanying his uncle to the Third Crusade. The love of battle is in his blood. On the date 1212 AD, Otto finds himself excommunicated from the Catholic realm, incurring the wrath of Pope Innocent III. Looking to maintain his puppet Germanic kingdoms will be difficult. To the south, King Frederick of Sicily, a pretender and a potential claimant to the Holy Roman Emperor throne, looks to press his claim. To the west, my cousin, King John of England, is eager to press war against France and requests aid. War is coming for everyone and everything in the Holy Roman Empire. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Let's get stuck and right into it. So first up, the excommunication of Otto. Having personally offended the Pope and occupying papal lands, the Holy Roman Emperor Otto was excommunicated in 1210 AD. We only have two territories to our name, but a lot of puppets, and we have the city of Frankfurt itself. So early on, looking to expand and conquer. The Danes are definitely a good target we could look for, taking Hamburg. That could be a potential option. Depending if war erupts with the English and French, we could maybe quickly push down and seize some French territory. I would like to take the city of Rome for myself and getting rid of the Pope at some point. Maybe going on Crusade, taking the Holy Land, the Kingdom of Heaven, Jerusalem, and maybe taking out Constantinople as well, crowning myself the Emperor of the East. So there's a fair few stuff we can do for this campaign. So, diplomacy-wise, we currently have a military alliance with Pisa and England. We have an abundance of puppets, of course. It might even be better off going to the map view just to have a look here. Yeah, so we've got Bohemia, Brandenburg, Austria, Bavaria, Verona, Milan, Switzerland, the County of Schweiz, Lorraine, Trier, Brabant. We have a lot of puppets here, so depending if wars break out between the two, I might have to go around as well, essentially putting out some spot fires. Looking at our objectives, we haven't got any, and our decisions just yet as well. Looking at the family tree, this is what we're working with. So we are currently playing as Emperor Otto for now, 37 years of age. He obviously has been excommunicated, so this is what this means. Your leader has truly fallen out of favour with the Pope, who has deemed it necessary to excommunicate him from the Catholic Church. This punishment will last until the end of your current faction leader's reign. So, we will eventually try and off Emperor Otto and maybe bring in potentially one of his brothers. Loyalty -2, -50 relations with Catholic factions, and obviously my papal standing is quite low. We do have some scripts already with the Holy Roman Empire, but they are working on a lot more of them, such as a voting council for the next emperor. So for now, Otto, he needs to remain in charge to throw back the pretender Frederick, the Sicilian king. So for now, my brother, my older brother actually, is my heir, 39 years of age. He has a son, Heinrich, who's 16, and two daughters as well. My younger brother, who's 28, Wilhelm, has a son, Otto, as well. So thankfully for now, we don't have too many children, so Heinrich will be the next Holy Roman Emperor eventually. We'll probably try and just knock him off. I need to get my brother married, but we might need to go around diplomacy-wise, and there's no point of marrying into another noble house. There's no reason why we shouldn't. Okay, so at the moment, we currently have 2 full stacks in operation. We have Emperor Otto here, with a pretty standard army, Urban Axe Militia, Sergeant Spears, some crossbows, mounted sergeants, Imperial Cavalry. Pushing further to the north here. Let's actually bring in Otto, unless he's gone somewhere. He's a statesman, Heinrich 39 rather. Ah, there we go. There's Heinrich. It took me a little bit to find him. We'll bring him in command of that army. Tech-wise, we want to go straight for physician, so we can get anti-sanitation properties to counteract them. 38, and then we'll go for like military order stuff as well eventually. Diplomacy-wise, we might be able to squeeze funds out of our puppets, and we can. So from Saxony, we've managed to squeeze 500 out of taxation. Can we get like 900 at all from Austria? No. So it looks like 600 is probably going to be the sweet spot. So I'll go around here now and try and squeeze out as much money from my puppets. And then we'll try and find a diplomatic marriage for my brother and heir. Okay, the only other noble marriage I could find was a princess of the Kingdom of Hungary. It potentially is the king's sister, who's 37. Even if we give them a dowry of 4,000, just due to our standing with the Pope, we've just got bad bad relations with other Christian kingdoms. So what we're better off doing with Heinrich is actually just looking within the Germanic nobility to try and get him married off there, I guess eventually with his son as well. Okay, let's have a look at our city builds. So it's the provincial capital walled, minus corruption. That's not too bad, but I just think it's a little bit too early to have that amount of those type of buildings. Trade, tariffs, not even trading that much, I don't think. Farm, that's good, and we should probably change this to a military order priory. And we'll eventually make this a sanitation building, and we want to make this another military building, I imagine. Up in the north, we could make this a castle potentially. This can be broken down as well, and instead of making this a military order, we'll make this a Catholic priory, and once we get sanitation stuff, we'll make that there as well. Okay, army build wise, what can we recruit straight up here? Only crossbows, so let's get that recruited. Up in the north, we can get a lot more better quality soldiers by the look of it. Okay, so let's start off with getting 4 units of swords, and eventually 4 units there. We could, you cannot issue edicts in that province that you don't have a governor assigned. Okay, so that's something we can do eventually as well. Because what I think I'll do, as we're making 4,000 per turn, we're making quite a lot. I think I might just go with mass recruitment, which what we're going to need. So that's fine there. Cavalry rise, sergeants. I want to eventually phase out. These crossbows maybe not. Axe sergeants are quite good as well. We'll just get a couple of those boys in. Okay, so let's send some officers in then. So can anyone take any of the chancellor positions? Castellan, my son can take, or my brother can take that, and no one else can sit there. Okay, we'll bring in Otto to be the governor of Frankfurt, and we'll allow Michael or Volram. Michael's 20, Volram. Yeah, let's send in Volram. I like the sound of that. Looking at our edicts, we could go with plus 20 growth, army capacity plus 2. We're going on a bit of a blitz, recruitment-wise, so let's go with that. Also, what I want to do as well is I want to get as many armies as I possibly can. So we'll bring in 16-year-old Heinrich, who is technically my nephew for now. And we'll do the same here up in the north. We'll bring in Michael. Because what I want you to do is essentially go around all of my puppets and raise levies. That'll be a quicker way of getting forces as well, because we can recruit them instantly. They cost the exact same amount as you would be recruiting them, but you get them instantly. So we'll go around and we'll be able to get 2 armies quite quickly. Alright, so I think that's first turn done. Let's end the turn and continue. It's going to be interesting to see what sort of happens here. Oh, here we go. The aggressor, Kingdom of Sicily, has attacked the commune of Bologna. We shall enter the war on Allies' side. So it looks like war has erupted between the Holy Roman Empire and Sicily. So I think going into Denmark is probably our best bet. Keeping an eye on France if we can seize territory. And depending how many of my puppets sort of break out in war, like I said, we might be essentially running around making spot fires. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so no notifications from Sicily. Maybe they didn't press their claim against me. Oh well, regardless, we can start moving these guys throughout my puppet territory. So that can be further broken down again. We might as well upgrade Frankfurt where we can. And making a glass furnace there. Oh, we can actually make candles there, can't we? So that's probably not a bad idea getting that done. Move you there as well. So, from here, from this puppet, what can we bring in? Yep, so we can bring in medium shock infantry and some dismounted sergeants there. So let's bring those guys quickly in. Let's move to Trier as well and see what we can levy up. Longbowmen, some spear militia. So we've nearly got half a stack in quite close proximity here. These seem to be far better quality in Saxony. And what about in Brandenburg as well? A similar ilk. And we'll probably just get that because we're probably not going to be able to afford much more. Yep, you can push back in the north here now. Alright, let's end the turn and continue. Rightio then, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. She's all kicking off here now. So the Kingdom of England have declared war on France. War has erupted. The 5th Crusade has been called. England invades Normandy. War in the west. Our ally, the Kingdom of England, has launched an invasion of Normandy to retake lands lost to the French crown a decade earlier. As part of an alliance assembled by the Pope, we are obligated to assist the English in this endeavour, though the pretender to our throne to the south may complicate this. Yes, and this is another mission issued unique to the Holy Roman Empire. So here we go. The Wrath of the Innocent. A pretender to the imperial throne has arisen in Sicily, intending to press a claim granted him by the Pope. This threat can be neutralized directly, but if he is unable to consolidate his power in Germany, then perhaps he shall lose support among the nobles of the empire. So this is the objective. Hold the region of Frankfurt, or kill King Frederick of Sicily while ensuring that your faction leader does not die within 10 turns. My reward will be the true emperor. With the usurper defeated, none can now doubt Otto's claim to the title of Holy Roman Emperor. So we do want to get this for 10 turns. So we want to keep Emperor Otto alive for 10 turns. So if we complete this, we will technically still be excommunicated under the eyes of the Pope. So if we can get this trait, the True Emperor, we will be able to knock off Otto, then get reaffirmed, I guess, get back into the Catholic Church with Heinrich and his children. I've got to keep an eye on some of that loyalty and stuff. So we've got a couple of options here now. So we are currently at war with Sicily, France, and Burgundy. So where are we best to consolidate our forces and strike? I need to think of a bit of a plan here. Okay, so for 10 turns, we need to keep the Emperor Otto alive before we bring Heinrich in. So I think our best bet is to push down and take Dijon in Burgundy, but we need to keep the Emperor alive. I don't think that... How far is he away? 1, 2, 3... It'd take 3 turns if he was to push up there. It just depends... Yeah, he's not going to be able to get past this, though, is he? There's a Pisan, Bolognan, Veronan, Italian, Milan, Genoan block to the Swiss Alps, isn't there? So what I'll do is I'll stop the recruitment of these units here in the north. We'll push further down south to Saxony. We'll allow Michael here to bring in those reinforcements from Saxony and Brandenburg. So, we'll bring in these infantry and axemen and that where we can. We'll bring out a unit of what exactly? Maybe just the cav. No, we want 4 units of cav. Yeah, we'll just bring in this. So this army is going to be able to strike. So we'll put them there in the protection of the city. Okay. So then we have this army. You could probably just go north, actually, just in case there's a rebellion. Okay, so then we've got the Emperor's army here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give 16-year-old Heinrich, Heinrich is my brother and heir, and then his son, my nephew, I'm going to give him the command of the Imperial Army. And then I'll allow the Emperor to just hide out in Frankfurt for now. So, he is technically going to be the prince. He's going to be the next in line once we knock off Otto. So we'll bring in all our Imperial cavalry. We'll bring in 2 units of crossbows, maybe even... Actually, we've got heavily armoured ones here, don't we? So we'll bring in all this. Okay, and I think we'll do this then. So, 4 units of medium shock infantry, 2 medium spear infantry, some Trier militia, electorate archers, some crossbowmen, and a lot of cavalry. And then this army can sit within Frankfurt to quell rebellions if need be. So, we'll put Heinrich, my nephew, to the border here. And it looks like the Duchy of Burgundy, the Burgundians are rallying forces there. And we're actually in range if they want to push out against us there. Okay, we'll stop the recruit... No, we're probably going to be able to take the city in 2 turns, so we've probably got enough there. We are hemorrhaging cash because we've gone on a bit of a spending blitz, but that's fine. Alrighty, I'm happy with that. So it looks like we're going to be trying to push south. If we can take Dijon, we might be able to take Lyon, Orleans, and Paris. We just can't take Normandy, of course. But if we can spread into France, the better. Oh, okay. Federico, 18. Wants a peace treaty. No, I'm not going to accept that, because I'm going to wait 10 turns so I can get that trait, essentially. Well, it looks like the first battle of the Holy Roman Emperor, the Holy Roman Empire campaign, the HRE, is against Burgundy. The thing is, right, because there's so many flowing scripts, like, obviously... Sicily cannot press their claim, so we don't go to war with them. England can say, yeah, we don't want to go to war, and same with the French. So, it could have really gone either way, this. So, we'll start the siege here with Heinrich. And let's build up that. A light battering ram and some ladders. Looking at Burgundy, nothing too strong. The only thing I would fear is potentially... a reactionary force from France. So that's now moved in here. Okay, so we've got a beekeeper, which gives us wax. That's a really cool, unique resource. And we'll be able to get, as well, glassware in the north, which should be able to open up our trade nodes. But as we're a landlocked country, we're only neighbouring with our puppets. Alright, let's continue to siege Dijon. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Oh, the Pope has caught a crusade for Cairo, calling upon all righteous Catholics to take up the cross. Yeah, I just don't know if we're going to be overly involved in this, because we've got too many spinning plates. We've got potential wars with puppets coming up. We've got a war with, of course, France and England, and we've got to keep a watchful eye of the... silly Sicilians to the south. His Holiness hopes that the conquest of Egypt will provide a staging ground to retake the rest of the Holy Land for Christianity. Look, I'd rather go at my own sort of point. Look, you probably could send a full stack if we really wanted to, but why would we weaken our position in Europe? You want to consolidate yourself, you want to conquer, and once you're sort of stable enough, you sort of want to push to the Far East. That's my opinion. So the 5th Crusade, the Crusade for Cairo, War weariness has been increased. We need to pay off some defamation there, but that's fine. And public order is okay relatively for now. And we're making a little bit of profit now, which is fine. Okay, what I'll do is I'll move Heinrich, my brother, and soon-to-be emperor, and then we'll allow the nephew to push here. So, I don't know why this is so much in their favour. Spearmen, unless we're getting crazy debuffs to our units somehow. No, not by the look of it. Minus upkeep for mercenaries, additional levies from vassals, power, no. Because sometimes war weariness one, that's fine. Right, let's have the siege of Dijon here today. Maybe when we get upon the battlefield it might be more favourable. So we have 5,300 Holy Romans against 3,460 Burgundians. We're going to have our first piece of territory in France. A nice staging ground, well, modern day France I guess. But then it's going to be a nice staging ground to push upon Philip and the Kingdom of France. The Battle of Dijon, 1213 AD. Emperor Otto has sent his brother and nephew to take the city for the Emperor. And it's also not a bad idea leveling up these generals as well, pretty early on. Because eventually they're going to be ruling monarchs, ruling commanders in their own right. So we can get those traits rolling, and then to future generations once they get married off. Okay guys, welcome to the Siege of Burgundy. So, let's start the deployment. It's a nice dry day for a siege. Arrow towers wise, there's a couple of areas we can expose. Oh, that's quite cool. I guess this is the ancient Roman wall. That's like further at the back there. Huh. I wonder if you could repair it and it can expand later on. Yeah, that's an ancient Roman wall there. Before these newly found palisades are put up. Oh, yeah, I guess there's a Colosseum right at the back there in defense. Okay, let's get stuck right into the siege and work things out. Alrighty, so light spears, medium spears there, and then everyone else at the back. Okay, so, we probably want to go for this point here as well, with the slight mediums. The lights, they're probably going to struggle a little bit, but they can go there for now. What we want the majority, probably, of these guys is to spread their way out this way. So, something like that, ideally, is probably the best play. We haven't got that much infantry there, though, have we? We've got a lot of cavalry, so once we take some points in, we'll be fine. Okay, archers, we've got a couple. Remain on heavy shot. I don't know how well crossbows are going to do. Like, they're going to be able to, like, shoot up that sort of stuff, and, like, there as well. But overall, arcing their shot is going to be a little bit difficult to fire up over the walls. And then we've got our reinforcements coming from our right hand side. So let's have a quick look at some of our units. So here is I guess he's Prince Heinrich, I guess he would be. Royalty flows in his veins. He's soon going to be the prince once his father takes the throne. Heavy Holy Roman Empire cavalry here. Heavier infantry are going to make up the majority of our army, along with numbers as well. Nothing too different here. Lowly archers from some of our puppets. Slightly armoured crossbows as well. So, let's start the assault now, shall we? Alright, let's go, Gadget. Alright, you can move this way. We'll try and make our way up as quickly as possible. Archers, focus all firepower on that blob. Crossbows, try and hit this sort of stuff here. The soon-to-be Emperor, my father Heinrich, is now moving in with additional reinforcements aiding us. Try and get them in as quickly as possible. Alright, they're all moving up nicely. They can sit there. try and angle my crossbows. So let's have a look at the Burgundians. So some of them are holding purple, white, and blue, the colours of their ancient house, and along with their sigil there of the yellow and blue. Okay, so like I said, I want my archers to try and focus on this blob where they can. They nearly should be like more over here. Yeah, these crossbows aren't going to arc very well, which is a shame. Oh well, no matter. We need to deal with this reinforcing army coming up. So, these guys can instantly react to this. I might even move you here slightly. We might just need some more there. So, try and get probably this to be the answer up on this side of the walls. And then everyone else here can probably send this way. To be honest, crossbows are probably not going to be that worth it in this fight, so I might just fall you back here. Cavalry-wise, depending on how we get in the city, we might be able to work something out. But that's what I'm sort of thinking. So archers, if we could somehow move you this way, get away from that arrow fire, make sure you're not getting shot down on. Try and fire into this, please. God, they're just so lightly armoured. So skirmishes early on are not going to do too well. So they're doing that's fine. They're moving up here now. And my crossbows are moving back. Okay. So I can kind of see why it was kind of fated away from me. Due to I haven't got the skirmishers to skirmish them out properly. And if they do get caught by arrow towers or a good crossbow volley, they're so unarmored, they're probably not going to do too well. But they are really stacking it deep here, which is interesting. Alright, so we'll try and break that through there. Reinforcements are now coming. Ah, they're wavering already. Those light dismounted spears. They've only lost 30 men and they're wavering. Are you shitting me? Maybe just so early on we've got such low quality units. A siege is going to be rather quite testing. An open field battle where we can use our very early on high tier cavalry might have been the play. Alright, so try and fire into that where we can. Yeah, they are seriously buckling from arrow fire. That's fascinating. Yeah, because they've actually got proper sergeants. The Prince's reinforcing army has a bit. Bring that in. But yeah, crikey, she's not look. Why is that on toggle on melee? I don't know why that was. Yeah, we'll try and throw more guys in where we can. They're now wavering as well. This is going to be a bloody costly siege. We're going to be making our units and those of our puppets work. Because already she's turning into a little bit of a meat grinder here. Try and fall further reinforcements where we can. And you need to basically go to that battering ram. Actually don't. You need to go here. You can pick up the ram. I don't know what these archer units are doing, but they should be sitting here raining fire. Alright. Let's get some better quality units up here. Because the first initial wave is quite low. Okay, so that's now been taken. Send Billman up this way. They're stacking a lot of cavalry there. Especially when we don't have that high quality spears. It's actually not too bad of a tactic. Alright, try and get that ram back. We just need to open up our cavalry units, to be honest. Okay. We do seem to be incrementally winning this back here. We've taken control of that, and now they've automatically done that. That's fine. Send the billman up there where we can. Just need to get our boys up on the walls. The quicker the better. Alright, how are we going casualties wise? So, yeah, crikey. So we've nearly lost 700 and we've only killed about 400 of theirs. Once we get this gate open, I think we'll make the push there with all my cavalry. Except for the crossbows. Get everyone here to get ready to push. I think that's going to be where the cavalry assault can come from. We'll wait for our reinforcements to trickle up. For the Emperor! So there's a couple of blobs going on here, where the arrow towers have fallen, and towers have ascended. They seem to be plugging and holding quite well. Alright, push up there, please. So they're sitting idly by. They're now moving properly. Yeah, here we go. Now with professional sergeants, it seems like a push has come through. Yeah, there we go. Send spears into that, and then send the swordsmen and stuff up and around. Oh, we've broken them. Ah, excellent. Those units that were holding us there on the arrow towers have officially broken. And that's what drew that pocket holding them there. 84%. Once my cavalry's in, we're going to be able to wreak havoc. And let slip the dogs of war. Cavalry, you know what to do. Hit them hard. Be relentless and ungiving, and Burgundy will be ours. We've lost a lot of men already. High quality, not so much. But Germanic brothers, oh yes indeed. Okay, so how well are these pushes going? Pick some units around, but allow some to go for the brunt of it. Okay. Looks like these archers have finally got their shit together a bit. They're doing a good job. And now we've lost 1,000, and we've answered by killing 1,000 of them. So we're getting that on track a bit. Oh, and it looks like the gateway's ours as well. Fantastic. Time to send in the cavalry. Let's divide up some divisions. 3 can take this. 3 can go straight for the general. The rest will try and focus on helping out units. So already we've got some guys sitting idly by here. It's just because we're taking so much. They're just routing so many of them. I don't know why they want to push that way. They shouldn't be, so just push this way, please. But now, with the gateway fallen, the cavalry can go straight in. There does seem to be a small spear resistance, but they're not going to be able to hold too long for the Germanic heavy cavalry coming on in here. We're going to be able to carve them up like carving a cake. Flat-footed, not organised, not much you can do against heavy cavalry like that. Okay, so we've really opened up. What the hell are these guys doing? We've really opened up the pathway here. And they can go around the back of them. You finish and take them off. They are holding us quite well there. Archers, focus into the back of this. I gave out all those orders, but they're not going to be able to execute them because they're just getting held there, which is a shame. No matter. A unit quickly going around the back will sort out that just fine. And try and break that down, actually. Get everyone to break that down. Those palisades in the fort really add a lot of congestion and stop the flow of troops, so we need to focus on that. Okay, these infantry coming from behind should be able to give some added relief to the cavalry being halted here. High ground, just mass. Really stopped the cavalry from pushing, which is a shame. Maybe now, with those guys routing, they can push a bit better. Slightly. Oh wow, we buckled there, did we? Oh crap. We lost that there, which is a bit of a shame. Alright, push for this. Man, this has been such a bloody siege. Right, now we can go around to get some flanking maneuvers on. Go around to the back of that. Set a spear unit up to the general. Alright, push for this then. Our cavalry is just getting so bogged down. And we've broken there on that side, which is a shame. These armor-piercing rounds and heavy cavalry are really holding us down here. Even if it was a larger city, it would actually be more of an advantage to us, probably. Which is weird saying that, but it's true. If we can take that, that's fine. We nearly basically should just go for the general, to be honest. Because if we can get him taken, that's a huge morale debuff. Because I don't reckon my infantry are going to hold much longer here, because a lot of them are just breaking. Crossbows, a lot of them, if they pick an angle, they get caught. These sergeants aren't amazing. Toppled with the lighter armoured units. They're just not performing well. Alright, we're actually pushing 6 units against their general now. So we should be able to fight and take the Duke out in the Colosseum. Yeah, push for that. Take out the Duke. If we can put his head on a pike, that will sow discontent throughout the army. Because this here is basically lost. Yeah, we might be able to push and help in some aspects, but overall not really. Alright. That's going to be ours in a moment. Try and push where you can there. These guys have a lot of ammunition, though. Which is good. Okay, once we take this as well, we'll be able to initiate the countdown. I don't know if cycle charging actually works that much, though. Just here. We just need to get like 1 unit behind him. And you'd be surprised how much that changes this. Alright. So they've come back into it. Yeah, they're just fighting pikes and shit though, aren't they? That's the thing. Alright. We've initiated the countdown. Which was definitely the play. But my god. So, we're learning a lot of valuable lessons here. So, in a siege, these guys don't perform overly well. Looking at some of the lighter units. But to be fair, there was nearly a full stack within there. The enemy general's dead. Which is huge. Okay, what I'm going to do now is basically... I'll send swordsmen down to hold this blob. But what we want to do is protect everyone until... We've only got 50 seconds, so... I'm nearly tempted just to move you out. You can hold that just fine. Get everyone away from arrow fire. Hold the positions. There's no point of pushing down into that. Get out if you can. That way, that way, that way. We just need to hold on for 23 seconds. And these 8 units won't mean jack. But crikey, man, we lost a lot of casualties then. A lot. I don't think arrow fire was too much of a factor, but the crossbows certainly were. Close victory, yeah, I'm not surprised. 5,300, we lost 2,175. 3,460. What did most of the work for them? Yeah, armor-piercing crossbows. 154, 170, 120. That's a lot. And then the heavier guys fighting. And what was sort of us? Yeah, oh, those axe... Yeah, some of them performed terribly, but some did alright. They traded well. Sergeants, they got wiped because they're a lighter variant. The lighter spears that we got from our puppets didn't perform that well. 79, 89... Yeah, so in a siege situation with a lot of crossbows, heavy cavalry, and arrow fire assistance, those lighter units did not perform well. But maybe I am maybe being over pedantic. At the end of the day, we're fighting with Tier 1, Phase 1 units. We're not fighting with heavily armoured, dismounted Hospitallers, you know what I mean? But comparing it to the French campaign, we didn't have that many early sieges, though, did we? And the sieges that we did have, there wasn't a very large garrison inside, so maybe this is a bit more of an anomaly. So, food for thought, and for you guys to know as well, if you play as the HRE in the future, that the weaker units up against a lot of crossbows, slightly better quality soldiers. Yeah, maybe I'm just underestimating the Burgundians as well. They were fighting for their lives as well. And their Duke. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Dijon has been taken and the inhabitants slaughtered. So we lost one unit spear sergeants, trio militia, and another unit of spear sergeants there. But we've taken the city of Dijon. We shall occupy it straight up. We shall repair the city where we can. Yeah, they've got sanitation buildings and a religious one there as well. Alrighty, so we'll set up, we'll make Dijon a staging ground, and we'll try and get some better quality swordsmen in our ranks. What can we recruit straight up? Nothing just yet. Oh, and the French king has actually pushed near the Alps there. Wow, King Philippe is in Lyon. So maybe, instead of sort of sitting at Dijon, we should rally up quickly and strike Lyon. If we could bring the head of the French king to the English, I'm sure that would increase our standing. But regardless, guys, unfortunately it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Gotta say a huge thank you to the 1212 AD mod team for providing this mod to me and making this Let's Play possible. Yeah, let me know in the comments where to go. I guess we continue to go after France. Once that's done, where do we go? Obviously, if there's sort of infighting between my puppets, we'll pick a side and fight one. And I think we just need to gain as much HRE territory under our control directly as we can. So, going north could be a good idea into Denmark. Yeah, I don't know what the Sicilian king's doing here. He's going to have to fight the commune of Bologna. Barulfaldino is holding in his way. Buffalo Bill. Alright, and yeah, I guess taking out Sicily is probably the play as well. And then like Constantinople and the Holy Land. Let me know in the comments where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Alright, take care guys. Unfortunately guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.